Got tea brewing, got a conversation brewing. Let's get into it. So, just a quick question. What is love? Is love something that you can wrap up and give to somebody? Is love something that can actually be defined? Does love have boundaries? And is unconditional love even real? Right? So I was sitting the other day and I was thinking, is there really any such thing as unconditional love? Well, technically, nobody knows what unconditional love is because you're only loved you're only loved conditionally, right? Excuse me. You're only loved conditionally, right? So you're only loved under the condition that you are a parent or you are that person's child or you are, in a relationship of some sort with that person. You're only loved under the conditions that you provide something in some type of circumstance, whether that be the fact that you provide a family relation because you all are family members, or whether that be you're providing something in a relationship and that's why you are loved, right? But what does unconditional love look like? What does love look like when somebody loves you simply because you exist? And I notice I didn't say because of who you are, because if you change who you are, that condition changes, right? So that's still conditional love. So what does love even look like? How do you know if someone loves you or not? I think it's important to remember that love is not an object. It's not something you can give to somebody. It is an action. It's something you show someone. You show love, right? So love does not look like love does not look like a fancy car or a box for Christmas, a big box for Christmas that's wrapped up. Love is it's an action. It's what do you do? What are you doing on the daily when you're tired? When you really don't feel like it, right? That's love. When you are doing things because of the result that you want for the next person rather than what you would like for yourself. That's love, right? That's love in its fullest expression. Um, but again, like, what does that actually look like? Because everybody shows it a little differently. So, um, I may show love by buying flowers and thinking out like a scavenger hunt, right? That's my way of showing it, right? Those are the things I'm doing to try and show my love, right? But for somebody else, that may not be enough, honestly. For them, they may prefer uh, something much more drastic, a much more drastic display of love. And typically in today's dating world, um, chivalry, right, is um, one of the one of the ways to show love that's still slept on. It's still not really as appreciated as it probably should be, and it's not really appreciated until it's gone. So with that being said, what happens if chivalry dies? Does love die too? Real question. Y'all answer that in the comments. If chivalry dies, does love also die? Because chivalry is a part of those. It's the description of the actions that show love, right? These chivalrous acts. So if chivalry is dead, is love dead as well? And is it worth being loved if chivalry doesn't exist? Like, I'm just asking questions. I don't know. I don't know. If chivalry is dead, then Is love dead as well? Um, Love is bigger than a bank account. It's more than words, right? So a person can say, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you. But how do you know they really mean it? What are they doing? Do they say, I love you, and it's right after they hurt you? And they tell you, I love you, but you just da 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 da. Right? So are you the blame for the reason that they keep withdrawing their quote unquote love from you? Right? And if so, then do you love them enough to go love somebody else? Right? So that you're not constantly being beaten down mentally, emotionally, or physically uh, by by the way that they're treating you, right? What does love look like? If you saw someone treating an animal that way, would you say that they love that animal, right? If you saw them always screaming, like let's say they have a pet dog, if they're always screaming at their pet dog, and um if they're always screaming at their pet dog, they beat on their dog, the dog looks terrified when they're in public, like of this owner, would you say that's love, or would you say that's control? Would you say that's fear? Right? What does love look like? And I don't think that love is a one size fits all, right? What's love for me may not be love for you. But what is love exactly? First off, love comes with conditions. There are always conditions that must be met for love to be available, right? Um, the conditions that love is an action and not just a word, right? So there are things that must be done because love has to be shown. Love cannot be like it's not. Love is like an energy. It can't really be created. It can't be created or destroyed. Simply transferred from one party to the next. So if that were the case, then that would explain why love must be shown. It's a energy. It must be done. You have to do things um to take the energy from potential to kinetic, right? So what does, for you, if somebody said I love you, right? That obviously doesn't mean much. But how would they show you that they love you? Like what are some things that they could do? Right? For you specifically, do they know your favorite drink? Do they know your favorite cartoon? Do they know your favorite color? Like, are they showing interest in you? Right? Or are they just giving you attention? Because giving you attention, I can make you laugh, I can make you smile, I can do all these things, right? I'm just giving you some attention, so I picked up on some of your tendencies. But if I love you, there are some things about you that I'm going to know. I'm going to know what's your favorite movie. I'm going to know what you're allergic to. I'm going to know your likes and your dislikes. Why? Because I want to show you, I want to take the time to show you that I actually do love you and I care about you and I always want what's best for you. So because I want what's best for you, I want to know what is not best for you, right? What foods do you not like? What foods do you not eat? But like I said, love comes in so many different forms. So what does that look like for you? Like for you, what is it that you would want from another person? Right? Um, do you want date nights? Do you want game nights? Do you want like what is it, like what does love actually look like? Like actually stop and break it down. Like if somebody were to love me, they would do X, Y, and Z, right? And would it be without you asking, or would it be as soon as you ask, or like how would it actually look? Like how do we define this thing called love, right? Um, like we love our parents, but how? Like what about it? What about what you do shows that you love your parents? What is it that you do that shows that you love your siblings? Like, what are you doing to show that? How do they know that without a shadow of a doubt? What can they point back to and say, if you had not done this, then I could question whether or not you love me. But because you did XYZ thing, I know for sure you must have some type of love for me, right? Because there are also different types of love, right? Again, this is why all love is not created equal. It's not all the same. There are different types of love. There are different love languages, right? So what is yours? And what is, if you, and two, I think it's important, if you love somebody but their love language is not your love language, to love them through their love language, right? Even if it's uncomfortable for you. So for example, let's say somebody's love language is words of affirmation, but your love language is physical touch. Even if you don't enjoy giving words of affirmation, do you still love that person enough to give them words of affirmation because you want them to understand that you do love them, even if it makes you uncomfortable, right? And does that person communicate to you through physical touch, right? Because that's how, like, communication, like getting a clear understanding of what the other person wants, what the other person needs. All these things are important, right? But are you taking the time? Is the person that you're giving your love to, are they taking the time to also replenish you and give you that back, right? Leave your thoughts down in the comments. Don't forget to grab your copy of the book, Poetic Peace, the Heartfelt Edition. If you like the channel, feel free to grab a copy. I'll put the link in the description. Till next time, I appreciate y'all. Peace.